Many of my clients love technology, so much so that they forget that technology is a means to an end, not the end in itself. And they end up selling the value proposition with the technology as the benefit. But the technology is never the benefit. The benefit is delivered by the technology. And talking about how it works often distracts from what the customer really needs to understand, which is why it exists in the first place and how it's going to enhance their life or improve their ability to do their job. And I've got a great story that really sums that up. In Scandinavia, people walk along beaches and they're looking for these rocks. And if they find these rocks, they make a telephone call and someone flies in a helicopter from Paris and hands over enormous quantities of money, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars to buy these rocks. And the rocks are called ambergris. Now what ambergris is it's the gallstone of a whale that it's regurgitated or vomited up. And when a whale vomits up a gallstone, you can imagine it's enormous, but it actually floats on the tide and gets washed up on the beach where people can find it. And if you find ambergris and you sell it, you can be set up for life. It's like winning the lottery. But why would anyone want to pay all that money for ambergris? Well, I'll tell you, because ambergris is the core component of many fine fragrances. And you can't synthesize it in a lab. You really do need to buy proper whale vomit. Now, step back. Am I making you feel better about fine fragrance by telling you what goes into it and how it's made? Am I making you more likely to spend greater quantities of money by escalating the value of it, by talking to you about the technology? Or should I just be showing you images of how it's going to make you feel? Should I be describing the benefit? Should we have Nicole Kidman swooping up the steps of the Moulin Rouge? Often, the reason that we talk about how something is done is not for the benefit of the customer. It's to ensure that they understand just how complicated it was for us to achieve that. So they really appreciate the hard work we put in, how complex the technology was, how clever we were as manufacturers. But really, that's not the role of a value proposition. It's not the job of a value proposition to make us look good. It's the role of a value proposition to explain to the customer how we're going to make them look good.